Oh, hi! Hello, welcome to my channel. So, I apologize for being inactive lately due to some personal reasons, and I really appreciate all of your well wishes. And today I'm back again, and this video will be more to talking because I'll be explaining and also sharing about my experiences learning IT. So if you guys maybe are thinking what are the things that you will learn in IT, or what we call as information technology, then you must watch this video because I'll explain to you what kind of things that you will learn, and of course some of the things that you might be afraid of. Like for example, I know some of you are confused whether on choosing IT or not, and I was in that position before, being in a dilemma whether you need to choose IT or not, because at one side you feel that you're afraid that you cannot catch up with things, you're afraid that you'll be facing a lot of programming. At one side you feel interested and want to know more about technology. I feel you guys, so just make sure you guys watch this video until the end because I'll be discussing what are the things that you will learn. So if you're curious, check it out. So before I start explaining, I'll tell you guys a bit about myself. I'm currently studying diploma in IT in one of the institutions in Singapore, and currently I just finished my term, so I think that this is the best time for me to give some kind of experience and insight for you guys. So my diploma is 1 year, and basically 1 year consists of 4 terms, and each term consists of 2 modules or 2 subjects that you need to learn. And I'll be using the things that I learned as reference so you guys can also see what are the things that you will learn. And basically diploma is equivalent to year 1 university or bachelor program. So the things that I will be learning are basically more or less the same with year 1 university. The reason why I choose diploma because it really gives me a wide range of fields that I can explore, and it really helps me a lot before I decide what major that I will take in the bachelor program later. And after completing my diploma, I finally decided to take and progress to Bachelor of Computer Science in Big Data. So there are 4 terms in my diploma, and in my first term I learned 2 modules, right? So first module that I learned is Business Statistics with Python. So basically it's a business module, but a bit mixture of IT too, because we learn about statistics like regression, z-table, continuous and discrete probability, and everything related to that, like time series forecasting. That is also one of the subjects. So basically this is the formula sheet, and I still keep it until now. Yeah, we learned about probability, numerical, descriptive measures, sampling distributions, everything like the formula here, levels of confidence, and I think it's a pretty interesting module for me. And we also learn how to make the analytical things using Python. And the second module is problem solving. So basically in problem solving, I was introduced a brand new programming language, which is Python. And I had 0 programming knowledge and experience before I joined diploma. And I think learning Python at the first place is a really good start for me. And at the time, probably because it's my first time, so it's kind of hard for me to manage everything. Like during the assignments, I felt a bit lost, but thank God that I can still manage those things. But I think that most people who are learning in IT, no matter where you are, you'll be learning Python, of course, because it is one of the most popular programming language nowadays. And also in problem solving module, basically you learn also a lot of basics of programming language, like data types and everything regarding to that. And sorting is also one of the things that you will learn. So that is for the first term. At the second term, I also learned 2 modules. The first module that I learned is communication and networks. So from its name, we actually know that it learns things about networking, communications, how you transmit a message from one person to another, signal encoding. Yeah, so I learned a lot of things regarding to that, like internet protocols, file transfer protocols, HTTPS, and everything regarding to that. So communication and networks are also a theory module, and I think that is also an interesting module. because we learn a lot of things like how we transmit the message, which is kind of interesting to know how the process works. And the next thing I learned is programming fundamentals. And in programming fundamentals, I was introduced again to another language, which is Java. And Java is, of course, more complicated than Python. And I think the transition is pretty good from Python to Java. And despite Java being harder, I prefer learning Java. I don't know why, but I think it's because in Java it's more organized. There are a lot of classes where we can just import and so on. And even though that Python is more flexible, I still prefer Java a lot. So during this module, I also learned a lot of concepts like arrays, inheritance, polymorphism, classes and objects, 2D arrays. And I want to say that the assignments are quite hard for Java, but I can manage it though. And yeah, I think that despite how hard it is in IT, I think it's still manageable. So at the third term, I learned about database management and security. Yeah, and basically it learns about database, how you manage those database, and we are using MySQL for that, which is structured query language. And we also learn how to use Python to retrieve those data. And I really like this module, I don't know why, but I really like how we can store information in the database, how we can retrieve those info, and I feel like I'm a database administrator. So yeah, I just really like this module. And then for the next one, I learned about interaction design, and basically in interaction design, we learn more to design. And this design is not like interior design or no, but design here is more to user experience, user interface, and what are the things that you need to do before you code your program, like how you make prototypes, how you gather all of the requirements, or how you gather all the information from people, like questionnaires and everything regarding to that. And I also like this module because it's like a relaxing module. There's nothing stressful about this module. So yeah, I really like these terms. Okay, a great combination between database and also interaction design. So finally, for our last term, which is the term that I have just gone through, so it's very fresh in my mind. So the first module that I learned is system development techniques. So it's basically about techniques that you need to know before you develop a system. And because programmers, they don't just like sit down and really write in and type in their code, no, but you need some kind of development techniques like methods. And these methods mostly refer to diagrams. So we learn a lot of diagrams here, like sequence diagrams, activity diagrams, use case, communication, and yeah, so there are a lot of diagrams, and this module is actually quite hectic because the assignment mostly asks us to draw a lot of diagrams. Despite drawing a lot of diagrams, I think this module is quite enjoyable for me because I think the things that I learned in here are really fruitful for us to know later during working in a company or working outside. And we also learn about agile and things related to that. And the next module, which is the last module, it is ITPM. So it's basically Information Technology Project Management. So this is also a business module where we learn about how to manage a project, because project is basically really popular nowadays in all companies. People will have projects, and no matter what kind of works or jobs that we take later on, we will still be working on projects. So this module is also very fruitful for me, as we learn how to manage a project, how to become a project manager, and what are the things that you need to consider in a project, like the triple constraint, cost, quality, time, scope, everything related to that. And we also learn Agile, Scrum, and Gantt chart, everything related to project. And I can say that this module is quite easy for me, and I really enjoy this module. So those modules are the modules that I learned, and it sums up everything that I learned in my diploma. And I think this can be a great guideline for you guys on what are the things or what are the fields that you are more interested in. So maybe it can help you when you want to choose your degree later. As for me, because I'm more to analytics field and also AI fields, so that is why I choose big data. Some of my friends, they are more interested in security things, then they might take cybersecurity or digital system and so on. And some of my friends who are really good at Java might consider taking mobile and app development. So everything is up to you. And I can say that IT is a really wide field that you can explore. So just choose what you think are suitable for you, and you just choose that what you like. Don't push yourself too hard. And my tips are, IT is hard. Okay, I don't say that IT is easy, but as long as you want to try to learn, as long as you still have interest in it, then I think that it will be okay for you. So just follow your heart. Wherever you want to go, just follow them as long as it is positive. So if you guys still have any questions regarding to IT, make sure you guys just drop any comments below. I'll make sure to answer all of those questions. Don't forget to like, comment, and also subscribe. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to my next video. I'll see you guys there. Bye.